ground shake.
Hello YouTube, today I have here a Helix Q 15W subwoofer, a 15-inch subwoofer, pricing around 370 euros, which is a little bit between the big SPL or big low these high excursion subwoofers and a little bit over for normal stamped steel basket subwoofers. To keep in mind, this is a subwoofer from a brand that is dedicated to a sound quality. So Helix has always been a very high quality in sound production, and they have really nice DSPs, but now they have these beefy big subwoofers. And let's find out what kind of features this have, and on the last we have a little bit of excursion video, I hope, and let's check the parameters at the end of this video. So for now I'm gonna just turn this around and check the dust cap here and everything else. So we have here a plastic dust cap, which is actually, I think this is glued with a CA glue, which is quite hard glue, but this is really hard, this cone here. It is probably with a resin filled paper cone, because it's underneath it is paper cone, a little bit soft, and this is really rigid. It's a good mix of hard and soft between here, and I think that hard glue should be okay in here. Normally I would recommend to have a soft glue, but it is mainly when the cone can have some flexibility in it. This cone is really rigid, so I think the CA glue will hold nicely there. Double stitching up in here, the surround up in here is a 26 millimeters wide and a little bit less in height, so it's around 18 to 19 millimeters in height. So it is a really nice black rubbery surround, not a soft foamy one, but a rubbery one surround. Actually, when I drove this in, I hope I got the video at the end of this video, but it handled really nicely really big excursion, mainly because of its very soft parts underneath here. So underneath here, as you can see, it has a nice nice frame with four what are these, pads? No, but anyhow, four structural designs here to keep it in place, and really nice machined type of surface here. And actually a City Sounds and Crescendo Audio also use similar basket, but this is nice design between a really black nice finish here and a little bit of chromy design or a machined aluminium, which is quite nice contrast there. So underneath here we can see we have two big leads from the really big terminals to the voice coil. Underneath here, if I can scratch it, it is a black CA glue, just a really normal type of glue nowadays to use, a really good glue to use with the voice coil. So, but it only, I think it only has like one spider down in here. The spider is quite flexible, which gives it really low FS, and maybe it has a double layer, but I'm not really sure. If it might be just one thick layer of spider down in here, because I can see a little bit of through there, and underneath here you can see the stitchings of the these voice coil leads going into the voice coil. So it probably only has one spider down there. Now the big terminals in here, they are sized of a this says now 8 millimeters. Let's measure it again. I think I had a little bit of fault there. It's 6 millimeters wide, so you can fit like, oh, let's say up to 20 millimeters or something like that. 20 millimeter wires here. These are actually really really big terminals. I like these a lot. Little bit of glue there. It is a amber type of glue, so it has been used quite a lot, this amber type of glue in subwoofers from a Chinese factories. I think that this is just a similar glue to use. These subwoofers, I think they are not made in China. I hope, I really don't know, but normally when you have a subwoofer shipped from China factory, you can tend to have a little bit of defects every here and now and then. So this has already been really nice design, only small dips of amber glue here, but it does not tell me that it is made from Chinese factories. Up in here with the top surround here, we have a nice transparent glue. It is some flexibility in it, so it's not complete hard CA glue, and the holes are aligned really nicely, so perhaps this has been a hand crafted, handmade. I don't see any else stuff that it can indicate that this is handmade. But then we look at the motor here, which is quite beefy for a subwoofer cost when it costs like 670 euros. This is a 60 millimeters thick with a 20 millimeter thick ferrite rings here. And actually you can see they have been using really hard pink glue underneath here. So the ferrite rings has been glued into the top and black backplate with a pinkish glue, really hard. I think this is epoxy. This is actually really hard glue. So hopefully it will help with finish winter and finish these very high and very low temperatures. Normally it needs to be a really good glue if it can held in here. The center pole here actually goes up in a halfway of the between the spider and the top plate, so it is really long center pole. It has a nice flare down in here, and these rings are outside of the voice coil. They has not been flared there, but it is nice, really shiny finished there. With my dirty hands I can put much of this grease on it, so need to keep that clean. But so far so good, everything looks quite nice for the subwoofer. Let's then talk a little bit about parameters. So when I connect this, actually on the web page here, it says that it can handle up to 2000 watt peak, and that's about 1000 watt RMS, and it has a double 2 ohm voice coils with a frequency FS resonant frequency of a 33 Hertz. Now I've been driven this subwoofer in, so this should have a little bit lower, but I'm only connecting one voice coil there and just taking the measurements like so. So we're having a 29.61 Hertz in resonance frequency. So this is now already under 30 Hertz, mainly because it has only one spider down in here. But it is a quite nice finish because you have a voice coil, a round copper voice coil, power handling of 1000 watts. It actually, I'm not sure if you can see it, but hopefully you can see it like so. It is nice, little bit of transparent glue, not a high temp glue, and you can see the top pole here, the centerpiece here, and it is really close to the centerpiece, so the tolerance of the subwoofer is really tight. That makes this subwoofer maybe one of a kind, because it has so big motor to handle up really nicely with a, let's say, a lot of power, but it can only also handle in really large boxes. So this subwoofer should play like a drum really nicely and still have long excursion for the bass heads like me. And it actually had a efficiency of a 90 decibels. So this is a really good all-around subwoofer. Not for pure SPL, but from sound quality to a little bit more bass with good quality. With the price of 369, I think this is really competitive subwoofer in the range of low cost but high quality subwoofers. Now, well, that's about it. I think I don't have anything more to say about this subwoofer, just that keep in mind that it's made from Helix, from a sound quality systems, and we will be seeing a little bit of excursion on the later of this video before the outro, but that's about it. If you like a bass head cloth or apparel, you can get from our web store. Link is in description. We actually managed to have, I think it is worldwide shipping, but mainly in Europe. So in many different languages you can go and buy our bass head cap or t-shirts or anything like that. And if you like them, please please get them if you like them. Little bit of ad here. But about the subwoofer, one thing I forgot, my recommendations for this subwoofer is to be in a little bit bigger box than usual, around 80 liters to, actually 100 liters to 120 liters. But I think you do not want to have too much power for this, because it has only one layer of spiders down there, but let's say 100 to 120 liters with a box frequency of 30 Hz will be loud, will be soft sounding, will be playing really nice loud low bass with a really nice excursion. I think this did like 6 centimeters or something like that with ease. Very nice subwoofer. Well, thanks for watching, and we see you on the next video. Bye bye!